Alright then, so I'm back here with Transport. What I've done is I've played the game for a while because I can't imagine you wanting to watch me play for hours and hours and hours just to make this little point that I want to make now. Oh, wonderful, my taxes are about to be due. Always the fun part of life. I don't know, if I pretend to be a tech giant and can get away with it. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Enough politics for one day. Okay, so here's the thing. What I've done is I've been quite busy. I've made a few more like bus routes more than anything, just to get me a bit of money coming in. These are a great way to just kind of start you off really, just to make sure that you've got enough income. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on. Oop, President visits. Oh, lovely. I'm going to focus on how to actually deal with the needs of your main city. So usually the one that you've basically started off around, unless you found a better one somewhere else. So what we're going to look at is some general facts about this big city. So having a look here, the key information about it. So basically the production, what it actually produces within the city, the things it creates, which are passengers, mail, waste and sewage. Lovely. And then the things it consumes, which are passengers, mail, goods, food, semi-luxury goods, fuel, and then water. Now, on the last one I actually showed you how to get the power up, so that means that the power's all up and going, that's not a problem. Okay, just briefly as well, there's also things like activities you can do, so you can finance buildings, bribe the city, street upgrades and flight license for when you want airports. There's also things like advertising, transport rights and fire engines, just to really increase your standing. You can also become mayor after a while, which is cool. Status, basically the population growth rate, number of buildings and streets, and then this interesting one here is your relationship. Now the more popular you are, the more likely people will use your services. And then finally tasks, if they want you to do something specific. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to tackle how to actually deal with the things it produces, and next time I'll go into its actual consumption. So I'm going to actually start off by dealing with the sewage. So if I double click, it'll actually take me to where it actually gets rid of its waste. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to a road here. The reason I'm going to stick to building a road is just purely because the good thing about roads is they'll cut through other towns along the way, and because of that I can actually just use the same road to service multiple towns. It's just a simpler way of doing it. A train would do it faster and more efficiently, but again it's going to be more expensive, and a train will only go between point A and point B without a lot of work. So what I need in order to actually deal with the waste, I'm going to need to put a loading station in here. It doesn't really matter where it goes. I'm going to put it on the outskirts for now, and the city will actually grow around that anyway. I'm also going to put one in this Carlton here because since it runs through anyway, this road, I might as well actually get the service working in here. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm not going to put the actual depot straight on this road here. I'm going to pull it back a bit. And the reason behind that is because I found that if you put it right up against the road, as trucks turn into it, they'll kind of create back up on the road and they'll slow the traffic down. So pulling it back a bit just gives you a bit of turning angle. Okay, and there we go. That is our actual road running through. And now, let me sort this up. I'm not going to create a tractor unit, so I'm going to do the stuff that I've done before. I'm going to create a tractor unit. I'm going to add a trailer. I'm going to make it waste. Buy the waste trailer. And then from there, I'm going to adjust the timetable. I'm going to add stop, so it's going to go to there. And then, of course, it's going to go to the waste dump. Now, because it's a big city, there's quite a lot of waste to deal with. So I'm going to copy this 4 times. I'm then also going to copy it one last time, and on this one I'm going to actually just delete these. I'm going to make it go from this Carlton Park to the waste disposal. And there we go, it's actually good and ready to go now. So I'll start them all, and they are going to start actually servicing the big city and the smaller one here. And again, this is where planning things out and being a bit clever helps, because I've got these other little towns. You'll see here I've been expanding these towns and I've been putting bus stops in, and because I've actually used the roads as best as possible, it means I'm also going to be able to get all of that waste to here very quickly by using the roads. What I'm going to do as well, I could also, and I'm thinking this might be a good idea, is again, this is a long road, particularly if it's, say, this small town here. Now I've got a choice. I can either carry on all the way around, or I could actually consider cutting this road down, cutting the actual distance, which I am actually going to do. I'm going to run this over here, and then I'm actually going to run it all the way over there. Built that a bit better. I could have built a bridge there, but I'm not going to. Okay. And then, as I decide to, I'm going to actually create all my little extra depots over here. I'm going to build another loading station. And can you see if you actually put two things next to each other, they actually combine into one big depot? I'm going to just basically build these for every single one of these places. So, just pop that one in here somewhere. I don't really want it to be on the main road because, as I said, that can slow things down. Pop one of these in over here somewhere. Yeah, probably out here, out the way. And that's it. I can go away and do the same thing again. I can just create a load of waste trucks. So, buy it, depot, add a trailer, waste, buy, done, and then adjust the timetable, add the stops. So if I go for here to the waste depot, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy these, and then of course I'm going to delete the starting point, and I'm just going to change it to one of these other ones. If they're in the wrong order, you can just move them around. And then this one here. Again, have a look there, hit this out, I need to move that one up. Okay, and there we go, I can start them all. And there we go, these are actually going to get all the waste now brought out, and I'm going to bring it along to here. I've created a circular with the roads to actually speed up traffic so they're not all heading to the same road. If I want to speed things up even further, I could put another loading station here. And again, this will just actually increase the amount of flow through. That way they're not all heading into the same single one. Right. And that's it, that's the first part sorted. As you can see, they're all coming along and starting to earn me a bit of money now. I'll speed it up a bit. Oh, I've got my, my general loss coming in from where they're actually servicing the trucks and paying for all the vehicles. But you'll see very quickly they'll start earning me a bit of money. So yeah, you can see them coming along. Again, they burn money to begin with, unfortunately, these things. They don't start making a profit until a little bit further along. But you'll see these trucks coming in from the main city. These are going to earn me quite a bit. Now, here's something to really, really remember. Distance is a factor in costing. Okay? Probably not put that in the best place because it's on the road. But as you can see, it cuts down the amount of traffic in some places if you do the little road up. I might change that one after a while because it's going to start blocking the road off. But overall, you can see what's happening. The ones that are coming from a further distance are actually earning me more money than the ones that are coming from nearby. Obviously, you can see sometimes though they're coming with nothing to actually load up with, and that's because, if you look here, it takes a while for the actual resources to build up in the depot, but when they're all there, then you can start earning money from them. So it's not an instant profit sometimes on some of these, particularly these smaller places. But if you build them early enough, the city and the town will build around the depot, and that make it more efficient later on, more cost effective later on. As you can see, this one in the city here has just got so much waste in it, and it's all building up already. So, what's my next little thing then? Well, since I've got this network all up and running now anyway, I might as well deal with the next thing. And the next thing I need to deal with on the demands, on the production, is sewage waste. And the great thing is, not by planning by the way, just by pure luck, the sewage works is right on a road I've already built. So, all I'm going to do is take advantage of what I've already done. I'm going to pop a loading station in there. And then, again, go over to my tractor units, buy them, add trailer, sewage, buy, done. Adjust the timetable, and then again just pop like that, pop it in again because it's a city. Give myself a good few of them. I'm just going to take this one here, I'm going to remove, and I'm going to add a different stop. I'm going to let it go into this one on the way, copy again. First actually, I'm going to swap them around. And then this one, delete. And then I'm going to let it go to here. Again, swap these around so they're in the right order. Copy it again. You can see it can be a bit monotonous this. You keep doing the same thing over and over. But once you get them up and running, it's great. And then copy again because I've got still more to go. Delete the hang on, which one am I deleting? The item center, deleting it. The stop, and I think I've not serviced this one yet. Okay, swap them around again, and then start all. And now I've got all my sewage trucks on the go. Just have a look at things like this as well when they pop up, because it just gives you some ideas about which cities you should focus on for a while. This little issue's now popping up. The game's lost if you stay in debt for too long. So when you do a massive set of expansions like I've just done on this one, you do risk going into debt, and if you stay there for too long you're in trouble. So sometimes be a bit careful about expanding too quickly and not having a sort of capital backup. I think this little village here I might focus on in a little bit and build that one up. A little taxi service between these places would be all that I need really. Okay, and as you can see I'm slowly pulling my debt level back up again. I could borrow some money if I started to panic, but I'm not going to. I don't think I should need to do that. But again, watch out for things like taxes all of a sudden popping up out of nowhere. Okay, as you can see I'm getting some things coming in now, waste and sewage. I've got my passengers over here. I said I keep getting that warning about not going into debt for too long, but the good thing is it kind of resets every time you pop back up again. So don't worry about it too much. Just make sure that every now and then, as often as possible, you actually end up going back positive. As you can see, I've got this bus service going on. I've got loads of bus service. Bus services are great when you're first starting out, particularly if you don't really know what you're doing, just to keep you out of the red. See, these little bus services between the cities earn a lot of money, 5,000, 3,000, so it's really worth doing. Great thing about bus services is they earn money both directions, whereas obviously these kind of places they only earn money one way, and if you're not transporting a lot, say from a small village, it's not cost effective unfortunately. Anyway, so I'll leave it at that, where I've actually shown you how to deal with the production. That's it. I don't believe that I'm taking all of the actual waste and sewage away from this place, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Mail is also something that's easy to do. Again, it's just a matter of buying a tractor unit, adding a trailer, getting the mail, buying it, and again, adjusting the timetable. As you can see, nothing really special or insanely unique this. You just pop them between the two different parts. Oh, we've got a rank, excellent. And then copy it sometimes. I'll delete that one, and then I can pop this one over here, and then copy it, and then again I'm going to delete that. I really want to get the mail flowing from the main city on this one. Start them all. I can deal with the mail trucks from the other places soon enough. And that's it really. That's how simple it is just to get going on meeting demands. And you'll see that the city is actually starting to increase in size now. It might take a while, yep. So actually, it didn't take that long. I've now got a good relationship, and that's because I'm meeting some major of the needs. I'm actually meeting a lot of their production needs by clearing out all the sewage, the mail, the passengers, and the waste. And what I'll do in the next video is I'll move on to consumption. Now, the good thing is that this one here, you might have worked this one out by now. I've already dealt with the supply line for that one. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. Comment on whatever you like, obviously. Tell me what you think and what I could improve about what I'm doing. And I'll see you next time.